Hello from Disney Springs. So it has been a little bit since I last filmed here on opening day. So Disney Springs has had a lot of new openings since then. So a lot more restaurants and some more stores have opened up, including the first phase of Disney-owned stores and restaurants. So that did open a few days ago. It opened in the middle of the week on Wednesday. It's now the weekend. So I did wait a few days to come over here. I know on opening day they had a lot of lines and some long virtual queues, but it does look like there isn't a wait right now, so I should be able to get back right in there without a problem. See what kind of new merchandise they have out, which would be really exciting if they have some new things to check out. I know a lot of summer stuff released on Shop Disney that they should have in there. But yeah, so if you waited a few days after opening, there is no line now, which is nice to see. And it is just the first step of Disney reopening things, so it's a very exciting time at Walt Disney World. They did announce their opening plan that has been approved by the state. So Disney World is going to start their phased opening. First they started here at Disney Springs, and they're going to have some Disney Vacation Club hotels opening on June 22nd. And then the theme parks are going to start opening on July 11th. And that's going to just be Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom. And then Hollywood Studios and Epcot are actually opening on July 15th. So still have a little over a month and a half or so until the parks open up. But we do have the first little bit of Disney open now at the World Disney, which is really exciting. As well as the co-op. So I'm going to try to head in there if there isn't a virtual queue over there. I know they do have a much lower capacity in the co-op, so I'm not sure if we'll have a line there or not. But we're going to start here at Walt Disney. I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough of the store. Just kind of show what it looks like in there as far as distancing and how many people are allowed in there, as well as any new merchandise we may find. So I know back on opening day there were about 2 to 4 hour virtual queues that you had to wait in, as well as the queue outside, but because it is several days after opening, thank you, there is no line to get in. Hello. Alright, so we're starting right here in the seasonal area. Still has the park life displays, all the fun projections on the wall, but we have the first little bit of new merchandise here. So all this over here is still park life. We've seen all that before, besides those new rainbow unicorn mini ears. Those are new, so I think they actually just came out a few days ago, as well as a lot of the summer collection that they do have here. So here is a new raincoat. So I know a lot of the designs have some like a flamingo pattern to them, as well as it looks like Dole Whip and coconuts premium bars, as well as a new Spirit jersey. So this one is one of the 2 new tie-dye ones that came out. I know Disneyland has a different fruit on theirs, but Disney World has the lemon for the Mickey in the eye on the front and back, and then the rainbow tie-dye at the bottom. And it looks like there are a bunch of different beach towels, more towels over here, little watermelon bag, a visor with that same lemon logo, and some flip-flops, and these have some oranges on them instead. Lots of fruit. Then back here looks like more of a men's hat, more unisex, yay summer. I don't want to touch too much, but it's got a design on the inside and actually says it's reversible. So that one has palm trees and the sand castle. Oh yeah, this one actually is reversed. This shows you what the other design looks like, so you could use either side. And they're using this like sand Cinderella castle design on some of the clothing, and I know they have a men's shirt with that design as well that I'm going to take a look for. Alright, so here is a tank top as part of this like rainbow summer collection, and the other Spirit jersey, and it just has a normal D on the front. I'm not going to try to touch too many things while I'm in here. So that's the other side. But just more of like a rainbow tie-dye swirl. These are the new mini ears that came out for the summer, and they're like little inner tubes with the fruit design on them. And they have another Loungefly here, which I don't think I've seen this one before, so I don't know if this one just came out or not. But it's not necessarily summer themed. And then here is the t-shirt I was talking about that I've seen online. It's a men's t-shirt. It says, "This is my summer home," with the sandcastle, as well as some new neon yellow Crocs that just released as well. And I think the last thing we have over here for the summer design is a men's button down, which I really like, and I may have to add to my collection. I've been getting a lot of Disney button downs lately. This one has that same like fruit design with the Dole Whip and the Mickey bars and all that fun stuff on it. Now one thing I do want to point out is that I'm trying to not touch too many things while I'm in here, so I'm not going to be able to probably give too many prices, but most price points are pretty standard at Disney. So I know Spirit jerseys are usually $70, Loungeflies vary, but they're typically around $90 now, as well as t-shirts are usually in the $30 to $35 price point. A lot of these items are on Shop Disney, so if you want to see the price, they should be on there. But here is a quick little pan of this front room that you enter in, and there is one entrance to the store right now. Every other doorway is an exit. But it does give you an idea of how empty it is in here. And if you look in the background, you can see those plexiglass barriers they now have at the cash registers to add some more physical distancing between guests and cast members. Same Starbucks cups that we've had before. These were pretty recently released after, right before the parks closed. So they have the 4 different park icons, as well as the new signs that they are going to now start having all throughout Disney World, reminding guests of the new policies here. It's definitely very open and easy to walk around. So we still have the new balloon ears that came out right before park closing. I'm not sure if there's any other new ones over here. Those look like they may be Mulan ears, and I don't know if they were out right before the park closed or not, but I don't remember seeing them. They probably were out, but got some Mulan merchandise that released, even though the movie was delayed. All different socks over here. Nothing stands out as new to me in this area. Still got some ink and paint stuff. Now I do think this neon stuff is pretty recently released. This is more of a summer collection as well. All bright, like green, yellow, and blue stuff. Got some t-shirts with Mickey on them, the hats. The Crocs are kind of part of that collection, as well as the blue and green Spirit jersey. So that's more of the men's one, I guess, with the women's one being the tie-dye. Everything else looks pretty familiar so far. All the retro stuff we've seen before. Baby Yoda. Now they did release the Baby Yoda stuffed animal that was previously only on Shop Disney. So they do have plenty of these in stock in the World of Disney now. These distancing signs are definitely going to become very standard across Disney properties, so it's nice to see them everywhere, and lots of Purell stations. But it looks like the Loungeflies have moved while the store was closed. They weren't on their big wall over by the ears like they used to be. So they're kind of spread out right now. This is another one that I feel like might be newer, because I don't remember this one. But I also may not have paid attention to the recent Loungeflies that came out. But lots of coral ears, I know they were pretty recent. So you have the Marvel Loungefly. Everything over here looks the same as always. All the stuffed animals in the back right corner. More of the princess themed stuff in the back center. So I think everything else is pretty much as we saw when the store closed. They do have Onward stuff. Onward didn't really come out too long before the parks closed, so I'm sure that was there before, but it's still pretty recent. And I don't think I've seen this before. Little tiny rainbow tie-dye kids Crocs, so I think they're pretty new. And they say mini on the inside, so that's exciting. And this looks like maybe more tie-dye themed summer stuff. So this may be new as well. And a little mini ice cream cone keychain. So, we're gonna see if we see anything else, but I think for the most part, it is the same World of Disney that we know and love. Definitely still lots of Loungeflies, lots of mini ears, none of that has changed for sure. Now here we do see the line has adjusted. So you actually have to go right here by the Purell dispenser in through the Pixar section, and they've created a new kind of barrier wall with snacks and stuffed animals to extend this queue to accommodate the additional distancing that they had to put into place. And then they do have the plexiglass barriers up at all the cash registers as well. So definitely not as many registers open as they used to have, but definitely plenty of room for this line to build up, which is good to see. Lots of rain jackets. These aren't new, but definitely will come in handy for the rainy season, which has definitely arrived here in Florida. It has been raining every day, at some point during the day for the past week, basically. So that's going to become pretty standard throughout the summer. Yeah, everything else looks the same. Now I do believe they may have adjusted these jewelry displays I read online so that people can't touch as much stuff that they may not be actually buying. So they definitely encourage you to not touch more than you have to. Of course, if you want to see the size of a shirt, I mean, you're not going to be able to fully eliminate touching things in general, but they do definitely encourage you to only touch things that you are intending to buy, just so it reduces the contact between guests. But I know these were out before the parks closed, but I don't know if I ever showed them. They are still pretty recent. So these are the letter mugs, as well as they released these as well, and I don't see a price for them, so I honestly forget what they're called, but they're little like trinket boxes. And they match the design, so there's a different letter and then a different like character or attraction or movie that kind of goes along with that. So it could be various different things, like L's Lion King, for example, but M is Main Street. So some are park themed and some are more just movie themed. But they do have plenty of these restocked, it looks like. I know some of the letters were selling out before the parks closed. And then this looks new to me as well. So I think these are... Oh, it's the ABC Disney as well. So they actually have a matching blanket with all the different letters on it, which is kind of cool. Got the castle and the Pixar Pal around on it, so a few different park icons, as well as all the letters. And then this, I think, may be an apron, leggings, something like that. Hard to tell without adjusting it, but there is definitely some kind of a tie on the back, so I think it might be an apron. One other item I've found that is definitely newer, if not just released, are these knit stuffed animals. So they've had the knit ones for a while. So they have like a retro mini, Steamboat Willie, Oswald. They've had other characters in the past and they kind of rotate them. But I do think these like pastel character ones are definitely new. So this Mickey one looks pretty new to me. They have a Donald one over here. And they're really cool looking. I don't know if Dumbo was out, but Mickey, Minnie, and Donald definitely appear new to me. So, or not Minnie, Daisy. But yeah, so I think these are new as well. But all of the projections are running. They have like Frozen 2 scenes up there. They have the fall leaves for Frozen back in the Princess section. So everything is back to normal as far as World of Disney and all the fun effects they had in here. The one major difference that I have noticed are there are a lot more cast members kind of stationed throughout the store. And it's probably just to make sure that they can answer any questions guests have. They can remind guests if they were to take their masks off, since that is required at Disney Springs. As well as just kind of making sure that everything stays in tip-top shape in the store as people try to avoid touching too many things and all that fun stuff. So definitely nice to see more cast members on hand to answer any questions guests may have. And Yoda signs pointing you towards all the nearest registers, since the store is a little altered from when it before it closed. But other than that, I haven't noticed anything else that's too new. We saw those unicorn ears, all the new summer collection stuff, and I'm sure we will probably start seeing much more merchandise rolling out closer to the park's opening in early July. I think it's all I've seen here in World of Disney, so we're going to see if we can get into the co-op, as long as there's no virtual queue. But that's where we're going to head over to next. Now, besides the heat, it is very nice out here at Disney Springs. It was going to rain today, but it never actually ended up raining too much, so it's pretty nice out now. There are definitely crowds still, but I do feel like it is quieter than when I was here on opening day of Disney Springs, and it definitely appears far quieter than the opening day of World of Disney. So crowd levels are still not too crazy. Still pretty easy to keep your distance. You're not right on top of other people. It looks like Ghirardelli now has reopened, so we have seen more reopenings occurring at various third-party stores, and the Lego store opened back up as well. So the marketplace definitely has a lot more going on. But not everything Disney owned has opened yet. So I know the Pin Trader store has not opened, as well as Once Upon a Toy. As far as I'm aware, it was just the Co-op and World of Disney for the time being. But we'll probably see more of those opening up in the near future. I did want to point out Marketplace Snacks, which is right across the path from the Co-op. So there's the entrance to the Co-op. Marketplace Snacks is right across from it. And here you can get Dole Whip. So as of right now, this is the only place on Disney property that is open that sells Dole Whip. So they do have the Dole Whip float. They have the Dole Whip cup. I do believe they only have the pineapple flavor, so they don't have vanilla or strawberry, raspberry, all the other flavors you can find at the Polynesian and Magic Kingdom. But if you do want your traditional pineapple Dole Whip, you can now get it on property again. And they do have Dole Whip nachos here, which they use like waffle cone chips for. And I don't think they've had nachos before in Magic Kingdom or Polynesian. But Dole Whip is available again on Disney property, which is pretty exciting. So here in the Co-op, everything looks pretty similar, not too crowded. There was no line to get in here. There are some distancing cues on here, so I guess if one individual little store in the marketplace were to be too crowded, they can form a little line in here. But other than that, I don't think there's too much new merchandise. Everything in here looks pretty much the same to me as it was before. Here in 28 Main, it's all like men's button-downs, Tommy Bahama button-downs and polo shirts, different men's t-shirts. There are a few men's spirit jerseys, as well as a few Baby Yoda items in here. Over in the Made, which is the new name for D-Tech On Demand, they do have some new designs, so I will probably go over there. You do still have to use the touch screens, but every other screen is blocked off. And then Disney Tales, I don't think there's anything new in there, but that's all the dog merchandise. Cherry Tree Lane has a lot of different Dooney and Burke bags, as well as a lot of the dresses from the dress shop. So nothing looks too new in there. And back here is the Wonderground Gallery, and then Disney Centerpiece, which has a lot of more like kitchen themed items. I see that ABC apron we saw over in Walt Disney, as well as all the lettered items. But other than that, nothing too new to show in the co-op. Now what I wanted to show on the screen were all the new Baby Yoda phone cases that came out, but they actually have them all pre-printed, so I don't even have to go and touch the screen, which is great. But they have a bunch of new Baby Yoda phone designs. These two were the ones that they offered before. Now they've added a whole lot to that collection. So if you're a Baby Yoda fan, lots of phone cases to pick from. And all different phone sizes pre-printed, or if they don't have your phone case, you can go over to the touch screen and have it custom printed. Now that is it for today's update from Disney Springs. Still haven't really gone over to the west side at all since Disney Springs has reopened, but I just wanted to quickly show World Disney and the co-op. Amanda should be joining me again in a video pretty soon, so whenever she's back, I'm sure she's going to want to come over and see Disney Springs, so we'll probably show a bit more around all of Disney Springs once she's back. So look forward to that in our next video, but that is it for my visit today. So hopefully this video was helpful if you are trying to come out in the near future, you want to see what it's looking like over here at Disney now that some Disney-owned stores are opening. But if you like this video, definitely give us a like, subscribe to our channel to see the next time we come out here, and I will keep you guys updated on everything as Disney slowly reopens. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys the next time that I go to Disney and beyond.